Thumper, all the way from Dublin's Fair City.
Hello.
Back in Bristol. It's not been that long since you guys were last here, has it? City that holds decent memories, 2019?
22 weeks ago.
20,
according to Instagram.
Approximately.
Where was that? Where did you play last time? Can you remember?
We played the High Brazil venue. We were just talking about, yeah, we played the closing night of that.
Yeah, it's gone. It's now an Irish bar.
Is it?
Enough it is.
Oh, that nothing to do with us. My name is Oisín. I sing, play guitar.
My name is Alex, and I play guitar and sing also.
Okay, and there's 6 of you in the band in total.
Correct.
Only 2 that we can fit on the couch this evening. So just so you're not all squidged in. Back on the road, promoting Ad Nauseam, the new single. How's it going so far? How's the tour gone?
It's great. This is kind of the most extensive tour that we've done so far. We're here for 2 weeks. It's our second week in the UK, and then we're off to Europe next week. For the next 2 weeks for shows in Brussels and Germany and France. And,
it's a long run this time then for you guys.
Yeah.
How does that work with so 6 guys crammed into a van going all over? So I've done it for about a week with my friends, and it's the best thing in the world, but it's also the worst thing in the world. It can get a bit fractious with 6 guys on occasion. Do you guys tend to get on okay on the road, or is it sort of a bit fractious?
Yeah, we do. We get along very well, but it becomes evident just like how weird we all get after it. Just like not being alone for the last 8 days. You know,
it gets
it's pretty mad. Like
day 7, day 8, and then the initial politeness kind of wears off, and then you go back to how you live behind the scenes.
It's cabin fever, but you have to keep getting back into the cabin every single day. You know?
With obviously just a couple of things really, that being a touring band, being a band from outside of the UK, that could impact you and what's obviously current at the moment. Obviously there's the issue with the coronavirus outbreak at the moment. You're almost certainly going to be able to complete this set of dates. How has that made any impact on you guys for sort of festival season, or for any kind of future dates that you're thinking of, or?
Well, with the coronavirus thing, like that seems to have snuck up on everyone, and I think people are kind of dealing with it in real time.
Yeah.
We flew to the UK and we're driving pretty much everywhere else until we fly back from Paris at the end. So, we're just taking it one day at a time. We've got all our own gear, all our own mics, so we're not too worried about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I suppose if it gets to the stage of banning sort of the bigger gatherings and that kind of thing, then that could play a part, especially
we're not pulling
season.
like coronavirus sized crowds just yet, so we're doing all right.
And the other thing, obviously, from a band outside of the UK, especially a European band, which you guys are, that's going to have an impact come next year, is Brexit. What sort of impact is that likely to have on you guys trying to tour within sort of England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland?
I think it's still all up in the air a good bit, but
I think you were saying that we're going to have to get visas and stuff, you know. So we're all between all of us, we're going to have to have about $7,000 up front to get in.
Which is a massive expense, you know, especially when there's so many of you in a band.
To be honest, there's bands that it'll affect worse, because we're kind of lucky enough that all this shit is going down at a stage where we're starting to get a bit of headway, you know.
Yeah.
If we were just starting off, we wouldn't be able to come here. We wouldn't be able to do all the underground venues. We wouldn't be able to get in front of radio DJs over here. All the stuff you need to be doing at the beginning, we just wouldn't be able to do it.
I've seen a news report, how accurate the figures are, I don't know, but in the region the predictions of cost, so it could be up to £750 per band member, let alone the additional visas and things on top of that.
Prove, I think, that you're sustainable and that you're not going to be coming in.
Yeah, you
working.
have to have a certain amount of money in the bank as well, or something. Yeah.
And even then, it's up in the air whether they'll get accepted. So it's going to be harder.
Do you think that will impact sort of bands coming over from Ireland to the UK? Then it could potentially have a big impact, or
maybe not the bigger ones, but like Oisín said, the smaller kind of starting off bracket could definitely
sell things. Okay. In terms of the reception that you guys have had up to now, I don't think I've seen anything but praise and sort of glowing recommendations and reviews for you guys.
praise is nice from the media and stuff. It's a nice soundbite to send out to promoters and stuff. But the reality of it is that when we turn up to all these places that we've never been before, we still have to prove ourselves in the exact same way we would have when we were starting off in Ireland. So although people back home kind of are used to our shtick at this stage, no matter how much praise we get, we're not turning up thinking that it's in the bag. You know?
Does it still feel like you're starting out in those sort of little gig venues in Ireland, or do you feel that there is a momentum and a push behind you now?
I think if you lose sight of that feeling at all, no matter where you're at, you're gone astray, because ultimately you should be trying to prove yourself every night, and you should be trying to prove yourself with every release.
Reading some of the reviews and some of the PR on you guys, I don't know whether you actually read press on yourselves or not at all, but do you feel any added pressure with how successful 2019 was, with the momentum that you've got behind you at the moment? Is there any kind of added pressure or expectation on you? Do you feel that yourselves?
There's pressure. Well, there's obviously a certain amount of internal pressure because you want to do the best you can anyway. There's pressure to maintain a normal life back home when we're not on the road and we have jobs, because no matter how much praise we get from the media, this isn't paying my rent. You know, so the pressures that are involved with being in a band, playing shows, are all pleasant pressures to put yourself under, and the real pressure is, you know, trying to sustain this long enough so we don't have to have the pressure of normal life.
Okay, and we mentioned obviously 2019 was kind of a big year for you. What are the kind of personal highlights for you in the band looking back on last year?
For me, it would probably have been Knockanstockin Festival, which is kind of like a homegrown grassroots festival that was going for, I think, 13 years or so, but we kind of played one of the prime slots at that last summer, and that would have been the biggest crowd we played for, so that was really special. And kind of like, it was a lot of people's first festival slot when like we were kind of terrible and didn't know how to play music properly, like, so that was great.
Was that a festival that you'd attended as kind of music fans anyway yourselves? Was it that you then got to play? Yeah,
it would have been.
It was actually, if I remember correctly, it was the first festival that gave us a gig, and that was. So when I started the band, that was the reason I started the band, was to play at 1 p.m. slot at this thing, and and in answer to your question, a lot of the gigs and a lot of festivals played last year were really memorable because we had been there so many times before, playing to nobody, you know, and then whatever was in the air last year, you know, we were going from playing 20 people to a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand people at these festivals. So
some big ticks in 2019 then for you guys. The new single, say Ad Nauseum, great track, great video as well for you guys. How did that kind of come about? What was the thought and the process behind that track?
The track was, it was the first of a batch of new songs that we kind of wrote together. We went away and did a kind of a writing retreat around this time last year, and it was one of the first times as a band that we had written together in any major way. In the past, I would just kind of bring tunes and we'd workshop them like that, but that was one of the first ones we kind of, there was everyone had room to breathe in the process. And it was also very satisfying because it's probably the quickest, like, from writing it to getting to release it.
Yeah.
Normally you're sitting on these things for ages, so it's a very easy process.
It goes into the next question, that you kind of answered already, but I was wondering, is there a single creative influence with the band, or is it very much a democracy?
It's always develops, and it almost depends on the song, but it would have started off with me bringing tunes. Now it's much more of a democracy. You know, there's songs on the album that we're working on at the minute that I had almost nothing to do with, so, you know, it's ever changing. Yeah.
What's the rest of 2020 have in store for you guys?
A lot of shows all over the UK and Europe. Throughout the year, a lot of new music, a lot of Thumper for everyone to dig their teeth into.
Do you want to drop your social medias, guys, so people know where to find your music and find you guys?
Facebook, the Instagram, Thumper666, You can call Alex on 085 123 456 and the rest.
Awesome. And what's the reason behind the 666 as well? Be an Irish band as well.
It's due to our worship of Satan.
Good. It's good to clarify these things.
His dark arts, and you know,
has he been a massive creative influence in your thought processes, or?
You know, he gets a bad rap.
Yeah.
And I'm all for him.
Yeah.
I'm all for him.
Guys, listen. Have a great show tonight. Safe travels and enjoy the rest of the tour. I hope it works out really well for you. Hopefully, Brexit won't curtail you guys coming back into the UK. And have a great evening.
Nice one. Cheers.
Cheers for your time. Cheers, guys.
Do you know what to do, Bristol?
No.
Okay, you'll know what to do.